Good afternoon and welcome to the Kerry Garden Show. Alan Finn back with you here again at Boyles of Killorglin with our ever reliable gardening expert Miguel. Miguel, how are you?
I'm alright.
You're not called River Reliable very often, are you? I can see the shock in your face.
The first time I called that. Unreliable, plenty of times.
Reliable, unreliable. Now Miguel, come on.
That's a common.
Surely now. You're holding down the fort here.
Yeah.
So listen, last week we of course were focusing on composting and we were kind of touching on possible other things that we can do for the garden and also about organic gardening. So we're going to continue on from that theme and we're going to kind of roll with that a little bit, aren't we, this week?
So, in fairness, composting is not easy, all right?
I was kind of getting that as well, yeah.
It's a little bit messy and it's not many people that is
willing to put in the time.
Keeps going with it. So it's plenty of people that start. I'm not sure that is loads of people that
are going to keep doing it.
And they get the real compost that we were talking the other day. But there's other ways to be environmentally friendly. And I will say is important. We could talk about that in another program about how the gardening works, how the life in the garden works.
The whole biodiversity of it and everything, yeah.
But it's important to know that if you treat with insecticides or if you treat with pesticides or if you treat with herbicides, you're damaging. If you treat with insecticides, so chemical insecticides, you're not only killing the green fly, but other insects that are around that are beneficial for the plants. When you're using pesticides, they are very toxic for birds.
Yeah.
Herbicides are very toxic for birds and plenty of insects as well. They die after application of herbicides. So if you want to keep a balance with nature, with bees in your garden, you shouldn't be treating with that.
Okay.
Now, that means organic. Organic is, in fact, organic is different in every country. Well, probably here in the European Union we have our own regulations, but in the United States it's different than here. In Morocco it's different than here, and in Azerbaijan is different than here.
Right.
So everybody has their own regulations to make that clear.
Okay.
Organic should be something that comes from a natural source.
Right.
But not all natural sources are organic.
Yes.
Because you can get an orange that has been treated with insecticides and pesticides that is still natural. It's still an orange.
Yeah.
But it's full of things inside
there's still other stuff in it. Yeah.
All right, so don't confuse here. We have here to make this thing fungus clear plant shield. And it prevents and blah 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 and black spot, powder mildew, rust, bee friendly, says here. And it says 98% natural. That doesn't mean that it is organic.
Okay.
It's natural, but it doesn't mean organic.
Okay.
So if you treat with that, that is going to have some remainings in your tomatoes or in your strawberries or in your whatever.
I'm kind of thinking, is it possible, so Miguel? Is it actually possible to be 100% if there's so many other things like that? It's like that you don't have control of, as you said. Like if these fruit and stuff and things are being treated, abroad when they're made or whatever, where they're being harvested. It seems like it's quite a difficult thing to get at. Then is it?
You see, it's difficult to eat organic, fully organic,
but you're doing it in the garden yourself.
It's difficult to grow fully organic. It's very difficult. It's plenty of things that are not accessible in the market. You won't get the same crops. The crops won't last as long as the other ones in shelf in your house.
Yeah.
You're gonna have plenty of problems in going fully organic. That's when we were talking here today is more environmentally friendly rather than organic.
Okay.
Organic for a professional. What you tried with organic is creating a balance between natural and nature and the plants you're growing, and creating a balance with certain things, certain soils that improve the resistance of the plants and blah, blah, blah. That's tricky. That's tricky. I was once in a farm.
You say it's a science.
So I was once in a farm that they were growing frogs, they were growing earthworms, and they were growing pears. Right? they were using the worms they reproduce very quickly. They were using that to eat the frogs,
Okay.
to feed the frogs.
Feed the frogs.
They were using the manure for feeding the worms to feed the apple trees, the pear trees in this case,
Yeah.
and they were selling the frogs to a French fella.
Okay.
That was a full cycle,
yeah.
organic thing, fully organic, no nuts, no chemicals, no nothing involved there. So that is easy, not easy, but that's achievable for a professional, for a person that is at home,
Yeah.
that he wants to treat for the green fly that is eating his little things. It's not easy to find things.
Okay.
So we are making the difference between organic. Organic has here, see? Organic.
So it's
That's
got an
the-
OF and G mark, so that's obviously like
Exactly.
a European standard approved, is it? Here on this bug-free bug and larva killer.
And see here, you have a soil association approved. That's an organic thing.
Soil association.
So
okay.
it's different things. That's soil organic. That's good for the soil. That's good for treatment.
Okay.
So you have that OFC here in the slug pellets.
Another one's here with the
Okay.
slug and snail pellets, OF and G. That's again the mark. Yeah.
See, you have the shells here, organic.
So that's a slug
But
and
these
snail
no-
barrier. That's shells from a beach, is it? Yeah.
That's oyster shells.
Oh wow.
That's in my opinion, and I have tried this. This is actually wonderful. Works fantastically.
To keep snails
To
away
keep
from your.
snails away. I'm a big fan of this till
Wow.
I tried.
Okay, and that's
Yeah.
what's the brand on that for our listeners? Nature Safe Organic Slug and Snail Barrier, and it's oyster shells. Wow, that's fantastic.
You can,
It's a great
if
tip.
you can put a decent layer, decent thick
Layer.
strip. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your slugs won't be
exactly.
coming near you. Oh, very
And
good.
very, very, very nice product.
Yeah.
I like it more. So the problem that I have seen with this, okay, is you kill the large ones, but the small ones
ones
they boom,
Okay.
and the small ones don't go down to the plant, right?
Okay.
And the small snails they stay
They
in.
stay in. Okay.
And that
keep eating.
unbalanced. So you have to be very careful, and it says here, it's a curious thing because it says 125 pellets per meter square or something like that, very specific.
Right.
178 pellets,
Okay.
that a very specific number.
That is,
right?
yeah, it's a strange one.
So if you normally go and pull
Just-
that
and just
throw
scatter a few.
scatter down, no,
Okay,
that's
that
no
won't
good,
work.
okay? That's no good. That's iron, you're adding iron to the soil, is not good.
Okay.
So we have organic, we have natural, we have mineral. Okay, what is mineral? Mineral is natural. They are extracted from mines in Chile or in Sweden or wherever they extract those minerals, and they mix them to create a formula, sulfate of potash, for
yeah.
example. That's a mineral.
Okay.
Is that good? Is that bad? That is not bad,
Yeah. Okay.
but it's not organic, all right? That doesn't provide for an organic.
because at the end of
That's
the day,
inorganic.
yeah. So these are like dug out and kind of, as you said, kind of mined.
Exactly, mined
mined
in
from the
mines,
ground,
from the
and
ground,
we don't
and
know
molten
what's-
and filtered and done and blah blah blah.
We don't know what's gone
They're
into that
mineral.
ground. Okay.
What can happen if you abuse with these fellas is you are going to unbalance your soil.
Okay.
So that is good for pots if you add potash or something like that, or for fruit trees.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful with the quantities, because eventually those salts remain on the floor, on the ground, sorry,
Okay.
or in the ground, and they will create little crystals that they will be making the food less accessible to the plants.
All right.
So or you are going to nitrify the soil. It's not bad, all right?
Yes,
It's
okay.
nothing that, so if you are trying to grow as environmentally committed as possible,
yeah, okay.
that's not bad.
It's not a bad
It's
product to
not
use,
good.
okay.
It's nothing that is going to harm you or your
soil
your
or what you're eating.
what
or
you're
anything like that.
eating,
Yeah.
okay? But it's not organic.
Okay.
That is mining. Mining is not nice. But on the other
Not good,
hand,
not very environmental either.
on the other hand, so what can we do for treating insects, for treating fungus and treating these things?
Yeah.
We can use these specific things like bug-free killers or fungus-free that The thing is that they are contact. What it will be doing this is will be washing the fungus out of the plant. So you have to spray in the part that is affected.
Okay.
Same with insects.
Yeah.
So that won't kill all the insects like a regular insecticide. So regular insecticide like this.
Rose clear.
Rose clear.
Okay.
That's chemical.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a chemical inside that kills the insects. That goes into the system of the plant.
Yeah.
And it stays there for a while. So every insect that chews, it dies. Or every insect, or every bird that eats that insect before it dies, it's gonna have that venom, that poison inside.
Poison in them as well. Okay.
These ones will only kill by contact. So you have to find the bug that is, and you have to spray.
And then you have to spray it
if you
directly
have
on
mildew,
the insect.
if in this case is bug free, but if it's mildew free or whatever, fungus free, you have to spray it on top of the part that is affected.
Okay.
So you can use pelargonic acid. Pelargonic acid.
Pelargonic acid. Okay.
That's citronella. That's called. No, well, it's not citronella, but it was similar. It's an acid that is in these geraniums, in the pelargoniums, in the geraniums.
Okay.
And that is very good for controlling aphids and controlling more, and is good as well for controlling some fungus.
Okay.
And it's things that you can use in your polytunnels, like fly traps. Instead of treating, just get those. They work.
Tape,
I guarantee you that they work.
Okay.
For white fly, for gnarls, black fly, they attract them. It's pheromones or is something in the color. I don't know exactly. It used to be pheromone. I don't think they are more color orientated things.
It's hard to find them these days. Actually, there must be something else possibly in them that you know, might have something been taken off the market. But
no, we have them here. The small little yellow strings. You string them out. Yeah. And they work. They work very well.
So they're good for polytunnels again. So you're not spraying
closed
anything.
Places. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Closed places, they work very well. So, if you want to go, you have to go organic manures.
Okay.
Peat free. If you're environmentally committed, peat free. The problem of the peat free is that it's not even half as good as the compost with peat.
Oh, okay, right.
So the compost is nothing now
without the peat. Yeah.
And on the other hand, those composts with peat free, they are infused in chemicals to give
so
that nutrients.
They replace it.
The peat with
something else.
Something else, they infuse them to give that nutrients that they need to have. So because they need to have a standard. And to have a standard, they need to have always the same conditions. So as we were saying, composting is not easy.
Yeah.
And having all the same conditions in the same compost, if you take samples from here and from there, they're going to be difficult.
Okay.
So try to find organic manures, even farmyard manure, even if it's not organic, is a natural source of soil, of enriching soils and giving food to. And I know it's difficult. We try to do here in the garden center, we try to do organic as much as we can.
Okay.
And then if we need to treat every now and then with fungus clear or fungicide, is a business.
Yeah.
And
I guess there's people out there as well, as I said, you know, they want to have like the rose clear, like as you said there now, it's such a popular product. It works very well for a lot of rose gardeners who are kind of looking after it. So it can be difficult to kind of find an alternative for that because when it works so well.
Yeah, try the garlic.
The garlic.
Try garlic.
I was going to say the garlic actually. Yeah,
try garlic. Try garlic. Smash a few cloves of garlic, put them in a jar of water, stir them properly.
Let them
filter, let them sit for a while, for a day or so, filter it and spray. Okay. That's what the King of England's gardeners
uses.
do.
Right, wow, okay, well that's
and it's a natural product, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so well, if it's good enough for the King, we'll...
It's not easy, but you can go to a balance and try not to use as...
Well, look, I guess we spoke about it before when we were talking about the composting, and we'll kind of finish up on this. Is that it's little steps, you know? If we can make as many steps as possible towards the the natural side of things. Whether the composting is hard work and people find it, that's fine. But if you make an effort and try, it does, you know, help the environment for whatever little spell you can. And it's all about trying to step towards helping the environment.
Every little
and
helps,
be part of the biodiversity that you're talking about.
Exactly. Every little helps, and just a little, and you do a little, and without even noticing, we're doing a big chunk. Why not trying, you know?
So we'll have loads of jars of garlic now from all the rose gardeners. They'll just have them lined up, ready to unload.
Little is going to be empty in garlic. This is the next day.
And I know we'll be talking about garlic bulbs in a couple of weeks as well too, because that'll be a topic on the show.
Garlic,
yeah. But listen, thanks very much for that, Miguel. If anything, we've all learned about this oyster shell little trick, and this is a nice little one to keep away the slugs. So that could be one definite big thing to take away from the show. But hopefully we've learned a lot today, Miguel. Hopefully you take away a couple of pointers that can help you in your garden become a little bit more environmentally friendly and hopefully still maintain the fantastic garden that you have. That's all for this week. Thanks very much for listening and for watching. Do remember you can catch all the videos on our YouTube channel on Radio Kerry. If you type in Radio Kerry Garden Show into YouTube, you'll find us all there, and you can scroll back through any show that you may have missed. But that's it. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you to everyone here in Boyles. And until next time, happy gardening.